Alright, so I am back, and today we're going to look at some Marvel Legends figures. So now, I got a bunch from Deluxe, so shout out to him for hooking me up with some great deals on some lots. So this is the Space Venom Wave. Now, I didn't get Silk, but I got the rest of the wave. Today we're going to be looking at these four in particular. And then we'll look at the two jewels out of the set in a couple days, or whenever I get a chance to. So, getting these out of the way. I believe this is Spider-Girl. So I know nothing about this, so this one means nothing to me. Head's on a ball joint with a hinge. Yeah, so you get that. Shoulders, disc hinge. Disc hinged elbows with the swivel built in. Swivel hands with the wrist hinge. Diaphragm. Ball joint. Hips are on ball joints. Thigh swivel. Double bend knees. Foot hinges and swivels. Again, I don't know anything about this particular Spider-Girl, so I can't sit here and say, oh, this is a great representation of the character. I'm sure it is. I don't know. So these two, though, are this. I believe this is Miles Morales, and I think he's in the main universe now. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. I've been out of comics for a while, just because, as much as I loved him as a kid, just some of the stuff that's going on just was too bizarre for me to really want to get in. And this, I think this is Ultimate Spider-Man, but it reminds me a lot of the one of my favorite series, a long time ago now. 18 years ago? Wow. Was the Spider-Man Chapter 1, which was kind of like a retelling of Spider-Man's first adventures. This was before the Ultimate Universe came out, and before it was like, oh yeah, we could just make a new Spider-Man. So this reminds me a lot of him, because he was a little smaller in those books, and I really like this one. Like I said, I'm sure it's supposed to be the Ultimate Spider-Man, but I don't care. So the figures themselves, the mold-wise, they're identical to each other. Nothing spectacular there. You can see he's got the black suit, and I mean a black suit, not the black suit, with some red webs. So it looks pretty cool. Head is on a ball joint, with the swivel. Disc hinge shoulders. Sounds like they're ratcheted. Bicep swivel, double bend elbow, wrist swivels and hinges, ab crunch, waist swivel, ball jointed hips, thigh swivel, double bend knee. There's a boot cut, foot hinges, and swivels. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. Now, they do come with alternate hands, kind of the same kind of Spider-Man-y hands. You get the wall crawling hands, you get the fist hands, you got the web spinner hands. So you got those. Nothing new and exciting there, but we do get some alternate heads. So we got a Peter Parker head. And then a Miles Morales head. So, there you go. And they're just the ball joints, so you just pop them off and put these on. And they're pretty cool. I do like them. So, I really like that little Spider-Man. I actually got a second one with the Vulture set. We'll look at that at some point. And then we get Space Venom. So this was the Build-A-Figure for the wave. I don't know. Venom's cool. I'm more of a fan of the early to mid 90s Venom myself. So all these new iterations of Venom just aren't my cup of tea. So I think this is Flash Thompson in the suit now, I think. Looks like he's got some armor going on there. I don't know. Like, it looks kind of like armor up in there. Stuff like that. I mean, I don't know. I think they missed out. They're missing opportunities for other big characters when they do stuff like this. I mean, I would love to see a nice big Scorpion. Stuff like that. So again, I got this used, so it was already pre-assembled, so I can't assemble it on screen. But the head is on a ball joint. Swivels left, right. Looks up and down. Shoulders ratchets up and down. Swivels in and out. Bicep swivel. Bends at the elbow. Tight bend. Wrist swivels. Hinges in and out. Ab crunch. Waist swivel. Hips are on ball joints. So up, down, in, out. Thigh swivel. Double bend knee. Foot tilts and rocker. So tilt and then rocker. So, I mean, it's effective. The figure is effective. Again, I don't know anything about this character. I think he joined Guardians of the Galaxy or something. But all in all, I'd say if you're a huge fan of Venom or this particular version of Venom, then it's a must. If not, it's just another Build-A-Figure that's kind of pointless. I think the Build-A-Figures really need to be those characters that, we wouldn't get otherwise. Like when the Hobgoblin was a Build-A-Figure, that was just ridiculous. When the Ultimate Green Goblin was a Build-A-Figure, that was also ridiculous, because it's like, does anybody really want him? And that's kind of where this ends up. Was anybody really begging for Space Venom? I would have liked maybe like a Venom the Madness would have been cool. A cool alternative to this. But ultimately it's not bad. I'd say for this wave, I'd say pick and choose some characters. If you're a huge fan of like Silk and this chick, then definitely pick it up. The Miles and the Spiderman, of these four are the best. I'd give those guys. I'd give those a 10 out of 10. I have nothing wrong with those two. Her, I don't have. I'm not gonna give her a rating because I don't care about the character at all. Because I've never even heard of her before, so who cares? And as for the Space Venom, I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. I mean, he's a solid figure. He's great. It's not something I care about. So if you build it, you're going to be happy with it. But if not, nobody's going to cry.